Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 64 of the Sim Racing Show. And I think you're going to like this week, no matter whether you're on console or PC or both, because we're going to start with some big GT7 news. And that's not even the update. There is an update coming. It's dropping in a couple of days with a car lineup that might surprise you a little bit, but there is a deal that makes GT7 cheaper than it's ever been. So if you've been waiting for the right moment, this might be it. But also, if you're a long-time GT7 player, do you think Kaz is actually listening to what we want? I want to hear from you. Now, GT7 isn't the only game in the spotlight this week because Assetto Corsa Evo released another car coming to the game soon. So Evo is stacking up race cars and features. Are they trying to gun down GT7, or are both going to exist in their own space? And should Assetto Corsa Evo just start concentrating on delivering the game rather than announcing a load of new cars like Star Citizen? Interesting one. And while the games do keep moving, iRacing handed out, this is great news if you're a clean sim racer, because iRacing handed out indefinite bans after one of their Spa 24-hour splits turned into chaos. I'm going to break down exactly what went down. And obviously, Le Mans Ultimate has hit 1.0, but delays career mode until 2026. So is it 1.0 or not? Old School Rally got yanked from Steam over licensing. That's something to keep an eye on. And EA have pulled the plug on Need for Speed Rivals Online. Let's get all into it, because Gran Turismo 7 is coming with an update this week. It's 1.61. It's landing in a couple of days, and we're getting 3 new cars. And this week, is it GT3s? Is it GT4s? Is it Skylines? Let me let you know, because we're going to start with the R34 Skyline GTR, but it's not just any R34. Apparently, it isn't the V-Spec 2. It's actually going to be the Nismo Z-Tune. So this is like a 20-year celebration of GTR, and it just went ballistic with the brake horsepower. However, we do have a lot of Skylines in the game. So is that a fun car? I don't know. Is it the DNA of GT7? Absolutely yes. The second car, I can hear the groans already. It's the Nissan Qashqai, the car that really started the crossover trend in Europe. So if you want to go back in time and put that car down, be my guest. It's a latest gen version we're going to get. We don't know whether it's the e-Power or the hybrid, but obviously it joins recently the Toyota CHR, the Mazda CX-30, the Honda CR-V, and the Peugeot 2008, all of which we've covered in the Sim Racing Show. And there's a real trend here, because Gran Turismo 7 seems to be the real crossover simulator. The final car is a Honda N1K car, so it's a little K car, a bit like we've seen with the Cappuccino. Looks like we're going to get the RS version with 63 horsepower and a turbo and a 6-speed manual, so that could be kind of fun to tune. I have enjoyed tuning the K cars in Gran Turismo 7. Now, Kaz's teaser doesn't confirm anything beyond the cars, but I wouldn't expect a track here. I would just expect more cafe menus and more scapes. I think GT7, actually, it would be helpful now if they said that no new tracks are coming, because I'm kind of a bit fed up with that, is it going to be a new track or not? Remember, Forza Motorsport went through a series of just dropping tracks with every update, but Forza Motorsport is a whole nother video, so there'll be a separate video on that. Now, if you have been waiting on picking up GT7, or you want to grab it on another console, maybe PS4 to PS5 or something, now's the time, because the PlayStation Summer Sale has GT7 as the headline deal, and it's a digital version, 67% off. So that could be a good time to get Gran Turismo 7. And if you're looking for any other sim racing games, by the way, always check out my Instant Gaming link in the description, because sometimes there's some obscene deals on sim racing games. Now we're going to move on to Le Mans Ultimate, because Le Mans Ultimate has finally gone 1.0, but it's already stirring controversy. So let's start with the good news. The Aston Martin Valkyrie hypercar and the Mercedes AMG LMGT3 have been added to the game and are free. So that's fantastic, because particularly the AMG is quite a fun car to drive, so I do like that, and the Valkyrie sounds amazing. A little half bonus, if you already have the BMW M4 GT3, you're going to get the Evo model upgrade for free as well, as I understand it. Now the bad news, career mode. Le Mans Ultimate have been saying a lot of good noises about career mode's important, single player is important. I personally play the game in single player a lot. Career mode has been delayed until 2026. So is it still a continuation of early access, really? I don't know. I really want to just enjoy Le Mans Ultimate and recommend it without any kind of caveats. But there are just so many caveats. So they're still a little bit buggy, and the career mode's not there. But again, check out the Instant Gaming link if you want to see the current price for it. I think it's going to come out on Steam at about $37, which I think is just about okay for the content you're getting, and definitely the single player and the access to multiplayer. But you will feel like you're being pressurized to buy DLC to get a Race Control Pro or Race Control Pro Plus subscription. So just bear that in mind. Now, we are going to speak about 7’s Evo and the iRacing controversy, a big win for Clean Sim racers. But before that, I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, GT Omega. As you can see, I've been using GT Omega products for years and years and years. You know that they just work. They're solid. That's the inertia bucket seat there. So if you want to check out anything for GT Omega, go to www.gtomega.com. Use my code Kireth5 and get an extra 5% discount. And if you bought anything GT Omega, let us know in the comments. Let us know how it's standing up after days, weeks, months, or years. Now, 7’s Evo is bringing a new car, and we are getting a GT4 to the party. So it's a Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport. This is coming in now, the heavily trailed version 0.3 update. I've been speaking about this a lot, and I'm kind of a little bit annoyed that I'm speaking about it a lot, because I feel like we're speaking a lot about stuff that's going to come to an update, but the big issues are AI, performance, stability, how is the multiplayer, and I just want to see it, how it's going to work. So I will be there day one giving you the inside info on that. But as for the GT4, I'm not the biggest fan of GT4 cars, to be honest. I prefer GT3s, but I know a lot of people do like them, so that is a fun car maybe that's going to come in the multiplayer lobbies. Let me actually recap what's coming in 0.3. So we are going to get the BMW M4 GT3 Evo. That should be a fun car. The BMW M3 E30 Sport Evolution. The Dallara Stradale. Spa. The Red Bull Ring. Revised tyre physics. Improved sounds. And the first taste of online multiplayer. I still can't confirm the release date to you, but it should be, I can say, within the next few weeks. So let's see what's going to happen with Evo. With Le Mans Ultimate going 1.0, it does make Evo look kind of comically bad in certain areas, like the AI. Now, speaking of not AI, but real racing, let's get to the iRacing controversy, because the 2025 iRacing 24 Hours of Spa should have been remembered for the insane finish up front, because Team Redline won by just 0.013 seconds, I think, from another Team Redline car, which is good for them because of all the drama I told you about the Nürburgring with the cheating or the exploiting. But anyway, Spa 24 Hours 2025 Split 22. This is the infamous one, because in this split is a much lower split, let's be honest. 00RO Motorsports McLaren GT3 spent hours deliberately wrecking and blocking other drivers, brake checks, weaving, slowing the pack to a crawl. So they weren't just fighting the lead, they were actively ruining races. It was a lot of free content for a lot of YouTubers as well, and rightly so, because we should really discourage this from iRacing. iRacing is like, there's a grey scale between people wrecking, like this was, and people doing stupid moves on the last lap. And some of these are ban-worthy, and some of them are, you know, maybe you can report it or whatnot. But we want iRacing to be a clean service. If iRacing isn't going to be a clean service, by the way, iRacing loses a lot of the high ground it has over the likes of Le Mans Ultimate and 7’s Evo. Now, iRacing did take the unusual step, after pressure, I would say, of publicly referencing the incident, with 3 of the pro-level drivers in question, 2 of which we should point out are children, have been banned indefinitely from the service. So iRacing did do a very rare statement saying the conduct seen during last week's Spa 24-hour event, where a team intentionally ruined other drivers' races, was completely unacceptable. The drivers involved were suspended indefinitely from the iRacing service. Now, the team claimed one of their drivers wasn't actually logged into the account during the chaos, which is a whole nother damn issue about astroturfing and smurfing and everything. iRacing didn't buy it, and the bans stand. Good news for clean sim racers. Now, I want to tell you about a delisting of a game, because I'm always a bit concerned about delistings. We talked about Forza Horizon, we talked about The Crew. Now, Old School Rally was surprisingly delisted from Steam last week, with the developer Frozen Late Games seemingly falling into an unlicensed car model pitfall. It looks like there was some kind of copyright strike done, and so the game was delisted. Developers should be able to remove that offending content and re-upload it. But it's an important reminder that all of people talk about a lot about iRacing. Oh, you don't actually own anything, you borrow the content. We borrow all of our games to an extent because they're all licensed and they can all be shut down. And we deal in sim racing, which is the most licensed heavy games you can get out there in terms of sponsors and manufacturers. So it's important to kind of enjoy the games that we have when they're out and when they're fresh, because they might actually not last forever. Like, that's a genuine concern I have, and I think that's kind of an unavoidable one. Now, EA is also shutting down. Good news from EA. EA is shutting down Need for Speed Rivals online servers in October. The game will still work offline, but online play is gone, and we don't know if it's going to be pulled from stores entirely. So, case in point there. So, I hope you enjoyed the Sim Racing Show this week. As always, please do subscribe and share it with your friends, and I'll see you for episode 65 next week.